see. I come to lose control. Everybody! Progress up in soldier clothes.
Junkanoo Carnival closes out after 3 days of excitement. Coming up, find out what it meant for the country.
The families of those Marines that lost their lives in the sinking of the HMBS Flamingo remember today. I'm Altaviz Munnings. That story coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition.
Bahamas Air looks at its profitability and what that means for you. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
After months of planning, everyone finally jumped in the line. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. The 3-day inaugural Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival drew hundreds of Bahamians and visitors to this unique cultural explosion. An all-day party kicked off with the Road Fever event with thousands hitting the streets of Nassau. And then Junkanoo Carnival ended last night with an all-packed Bahamian concert on the Western Esplanade that featured the best in Bahamian music. Tonight, Altaviz Munnings tells us the Bahamas benefited greatly from the spectacular event.
It won't hurt to try some of the dance moves performed by the Cuban group at the concert finale of the Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival Saturday night. But those who enjoyed their music surely had a great time. But it was the Bahamian music that stood out and kept the crowd on their feet. Music Master's second place winner Erica Lady E. Simonet sung a medley of Bahamian hits with Ira Store and the Spank Band, including her hit Island in the Sun. And what is a Bahamian concert without the legendary Ronnie Butler? Tourism played a major role in marketing this event, and Minister of Tourism Obi Wolshcombe said he was very pleased.
We had a shuttle service bringing people from the cruise ships out to the various sites, all intended to see how best we could just truly nurture it and make it work. And I'm sure it can be a great success.
We're going to have 5 festivals going, 5 sporting events. We're going to make an announcement very soon as to who our global partners are going to be, and you're just going to be proud to be Bahamian.
The tourism minister also revealed how this inaugural Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival propelled our international exposure.
I had a meeting with the Miami Carnival group that has now already asked for the Bahamas to participate in October. The Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Commission chairman is also here. Met with her briefly today, and she said a very good first effort, and she said that we have a tremendous amount of potential. We're going to develop that relationship. Media, look at the media that's in the Bahamas. We have media from all over the world. One thing we're realizing, that the Carnival brand is a selling brand, and it sells all over the world. So once you use Carnival, it takes off.
The finale ended with a spectacular performance by Cacique Award winner Dylan D. Mac McKenzie. Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie traveled to the French Caribbean island of Martinique yesterday to meet with French President Francois Hollande in his capacity as chairman of CARICOM and addressed a meeting on climate change. The meeting between the two leaders advanced CARICOM's policy position on climate change ahead of the Paris 2015, which is the 21st session of the Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. That meeting is set for this winter and will implement a new international agreement on climate change. The issue of security at the Princess Margaret Hospital was highlighted this past Friday when a man brought to the hospital's accident and emergency ward after 9 a.m. was allowed to use the bathroom. A public hospital authorities statement issued Friday further indicated that the suspect came out of the bathroom and slipped past the officer without being detected. Some 3 to 5 minutes later, the officer reported that he recognized that he escaped and the search began. PHA authorities say the man was found outside around 11. Minister of National Security, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Nottage.
All of our forces do a very, very good job with their security, and so when you have an incident like that, it's a little bit of an embarrassment, but I have no doubt that by the time this is reported, that you'll find that that person will be in custody.
Now on to other news. Bahamas Air will not be experiencing profitability in the future. That coming from Managing Director Henry Woods, who still believes the airline is headed in the right direction as it was able to reduce its deficit from $26 million to $15 million. This year, Bahamas Air is expected to close out around $18 million, despite recently incurring some added expenses.
We're now paying business license, which is $1.2 million, so that's on top of everything else. A business license, and now we have increase in taxes, as you read, NAD continue to increase in taxes, and we have to follow suit. Foreign handlers in the Florida station, they've recently increased. I'd say over the past 5 years, they've increased their rates by 10%. So while expenses are increasing, on one end, we are able to reduce or curtail expenses on the other end.
Following last week's contract signing between Bahamas Air and the Public Managers Union, Woods revealed to our news team how labor is still the biggest expense facing the airline. Bahamas Air's chairman, Valentine Grimes, commended the management team for its efforts in reducing inefficiencies at the financially strapped airline and also confirmed a new airline marketing strategy.
The board just approved our 2015-2016 budget, and that's reflective in that budget, in that managers, executive management department has given a challenge of continued reduction in cost. Labor is the burning issue in Bahamas Air.
Once we've now completed this agreement, we need to complete the other two agreements. I think it's important for all concerned to understand that we just can't keep paying without getting the same commensurate increase in revenue.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, we introduce you to Nassau's newest sensation.